Class B champion Gil Nel in the Look Africa Truggy.
But the season's pace has been set by the Sasol Dual Fuel Volkswagen Golf 4 team of Jannie Hubbig and Douglas Judd. With 4 victories, 1 second and a 3rd position, they went into the penultimate round in the Western Cape looking for victory. Despite the electrical fault late in the event that dropped them down the field, they still accumulated enough points to secure the 2001 title. With the championship wrapped up, we asked Jannie and Douglas if their tactics would change for the final round in the Toyota Dealers Great North Rally.
Our approach always on all events are really to go out and win. But you know, there's no need for us to throw caution overboard at all. So we're approaching it as if it's still an event for scoring points for the championship. But obviously our focus is a little bit different, and we'll try 101% from the start.
I think Jannie didn't quite emphasize that we actually had to win today. We don't want to come second, we don't like coming second. And that's really what we're going to try and do. So it'll be flat out from the word go. One thing we do have to take into account is the Manufacturers' Championship, so we have to be cautious and help Volkswagen get that Manufacturers' Championship in the bag.
A sad moment this season was the untimely passing of Brian Duncan, navigator for Hannes Schrobler, but more importantly, the man who conceived and managed Team Total.
Yeah, we just all thought it was in memory of Brian, just to put it on the cars. He put a hell of a lot of effort into Team Total from 1993, and that was his flagship. So yeah, just in memory of him, we did it all.
Friday at 1 o'clock saw the teams set off for 5 stages in the Georges Valley, Makuba's and David's Kloof area. After a halt, 4 more stages in and around Zanin, with the final stage in the town centre. 84 kilometres of special stage before the overnight rest period. Special stage 1, a short 3.21 kilometres, and the Team Castrol Toyota Corolla of Serge Damso and Guy Hodgson set a time of 2 minutes 55 seconds, determined to keep the Toyota flag flying at the top of the Manufacturers' Championship and looking for a 3rd victory for the season. The Subaru Impreza Turbo STI of Gemmell and Trollope accept Damso's challenge and equal the Toyota team's time. ...2001 All-Africa champions Skulk Burger and Pete Swanepoel show their style and equal the time in their Subaru WRX. 1 stage and a 3-way tie for the lead. Special stage 2, aptly named Grey Mist, and into the forest. Damso pushes hard and records the 2nd fastest time. Hubbig and Judd are 3rd quickest, 6 seconds behind Damso. But 14 seconds quicker than Damso is the Sasol Dual Fuel Volkswagen Golf of Enzo Kuhn and Martin Botha, who take the overall lead. Johnny Gemmell loses time and drops to 4th overall. While Berger struggles with the wrong tyre choice and slips back to 8th. Fighting for the A7 national title in the Sasol Dual Fuel Volkswagen Polo player are Charles van der Walt and Cindy Harding.
Yeah, at the moment there's only 6 points between us. That means I can afford to come second in a class on this specific event, then you drop 4 points, and then I'm still 2 ahead. But that's the mathematical side of it. You know, rallies have a strange way not to work that way, so we just hope for a bit of luck on this event, a clean run, and I think then we will be able to pull it off.
And his main rivals are teammates Jürgen Fecken and Dave Lukowitz. Jürgen gives his view of the rally.
I don't think at this stage it will be too wet. A few of the corners might be wet, so it might be tricky because you think it's you've got grip and then suddenly there's no grip. So it will be tricky. But if it starts raining now, it's going to be wet, wet, wet.
Special stage 3 proved very tricky. We joined Fecken on board as the slippery surface catches him out. That mistake cost him nearly 4 minutes. There's a four-way battle for third spot in the championship, and only 9 points separate the drivers. One of them is Etienne Lawrence.
It's favourable for me. I like the wet, so yeah, I think if it rains, we've got a better chance. With the 2 litres battle to get away in the wet. With the 1600, tend to put the grip down and go. So I'm hoping for a bit of rain.
Someone else who's enjoying the muddy conditions is Hannes Krobler in the Team Total Nissan Sentra, now in 4th position. Having lost time in special stage 3, Damso now finds himself in 3rd position, 49 seconds behind leader Kuhn, and puts up the fastest time on stage 4. But Habig responds and equals Damso's stage time of 8 minutes dead. The Sasol dual-fuel Volkswagen Golf of Kuhn and Burter are only 4 seconds slower and still have a comfortable 45-second lead. Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley in the Team Total Corolla equal the fastest time and move into 4th spot, chasing that 3rd overall in the championship. One of his rivals for that honour is Tjaart van der Walt, but he's in trouble, battling through the 8-kilometre stage with a flat tyre. Another contender for that 3rd spot in the championship is Jürgen Fecken, who pushes to get back up the leaderboard after dropping to 25th overall. But his charge is soon over with a massive roll down the mountain, finishing the Sasol dual-fuel Volkswagen Polo player team's hopes of a good finish to the season. We take a look at the leaderboard after special stage 4. Kuhn and Burter lead from Habig and Judd, with Damso 3rd. Lawrence 28 seconds ahead of Gemmel, who took 28 seconds off 6th place Krobler in stage 4. 7th Berger, and rounding off the top 8, Rueda and Aris. Join us for more rally action right after the break. Both dramatic and controversial. Damso sets a blistering pace. Many other competitors seem to be having trouble following the route, and the problem started. The possibilities of the stage being cancelled could have a dramatic effect on the outcome of the rally. For the Sasol dual-fuel Volkswagen team, the troubles continued. Rally leaders Kuhn and Burter were out, having rolled their Golf, and 2nd place Habig finished the stage with a very sick-sounding engine. Frantic work in the service park for the Sasol Volkswagen crew as team manager Johan Evertse shows Habig the condition of the oil from the Golf motor.
The conditions are really difficult, and it's very, very easy to make a mistake and get caught out. But we're struggling with the engine. The power delivery is very, very bad. It's running between 7,000 and 9,000 RPM, so we've got to keep it up at high RPM all the time. And the consequence of that is now that it looks like one of the bearings is now giving up.
It's all over for the new champions. No such problems for the Castrol Toyota crew, and the possibility of the team clinching another manufacturer's title.
It's still very early days. There's still a long event to go, and with conditions like it is at the moment, mud and rain and all sorts of things, we never know what can happen, so we'll have to wait for the final stage tomorrow before we can tell. But hopefully we'll make it, yes.
On to the final stage of day 1. In the town of Zanin, and Hannes Krobler thrills the crowds with the fastest time. But the day ends in disaster for Damso, who now held a commanding lead over the field, but finds that special stage 5 had been cancelled, cutting his lead to only 20 seconds over the Subaru team of Gemmel and Trollope. The Team Total Toyota Corolla of JP Damso and Graham Hooper are 3rd fast in the stage and finish 6th overall for the day. The leaderboard at the end of day 1. Damso leads from Gemmel with Etienne Lawrence after a disastrous final stage, slipping to 3rd, 31 seconds back. Krobler and Jordan are 4th and lead A7. Berger Subaru 5th, Rueda and Aris 7th, only 2 seconds behind JP Damso. 8th, Tjaart van der Walt and Cindy Harding. Day 2 of the Toyota Dealers Great North Rally, and after a night heavy rain, conditions are even more difficult for remaining teams. If they thought they were challenged yesterday, well, to put it bluntly, guys, you ain't seen nothing yet. Again, a run in the Zanin, Duivelskloof and Magoebaskloof area, they set out on a further 8 stages, 121 kilometres of mud and mist. This is special stage 10, and if you can't see the road or car, what's it like for the crews? As they arrive for the service at the end of special stage 10, we ask navigator Guy Hodson for his views.
It's actually a little bit easier, I find, because obviously we're taking longer to go through a stage, so it doesn't come at you quite so quick. So from a navigational point of view, it's not too bad. It's just, you know, trying to use my eyes as best I can to help the driver, because if you're going quick down a hill and there's a sharp bend coming, you know, it's not going to stop. So it's a real dual effort here.
Etienne Lawrence has had his problems, and they seem to be continuing.
Unfortunately, we had a flat wheel now in this last stage, 13 k's to go. So I decided to go for it because it's quite cool outside. I thought the tyre would last, and it did. I did 13 k's on it, but I lost 2 minutes. So I'm a little bit in trouble now.
At the end of special stage 11, a routine service is all that's required for the Castrol Toyota team. Damso is absolutely flying, and in the last 2 stages has taken 1 minute and 3 seconds off second place Gemmell. We talked to Serge about that controversial decision at the end of day 1.
Yeah, it's a pity last night they cancelled stage. Looks like some of the people took a shortcut, but which they should be penalised for that anyway, because now we suffered and we went through that stage. But this morning we're trying to hold it there because, you know, we're a bit worried about the four-wheel drive and this weather. So we're pushing a bit hard, just hope we don't overdo it.
But the all-wheel drive Subaru team of Gemmell and Trollope have their own problems. One off in special stage 11, and they've damaged the right rear lower control arm. Some rapid work by the crew ensure they hold on to second place. Lawrence and Paisley in the Team Total Corolla pushed on, and despite yet another puncture, were incredibly second fastest on the stage. JP Damso and Graham Hooper's Team Total Toyota was now up into 5th spot, but JP fell victim to the non-adhesive roads. The battle-scarred Corolla had bent the left front lower control arm, costing the team over 8 minutes and down 7 positions to 12th.
Hold it.
Fernando Rueda used the Evo 6's four-wheel drive to its full advantage and posted the 3rd fastest time. With their main rivals out of the rally, Charles van der Voort and Cindy Harding had clinched the A7 national title, but special stage 11 was their last.
Navigator error. I was off notes because we'd had a problem pulling JP out of the mud, and then we had a problem with the engine, and I was off notes and I was trying to pick up my notes, and I called the medium left, but we were already in the medium left, and it just flicked the tail out, parked it down the forest.
The leaderboard at the end of 11 stages, Damso led Gemmell with Lawrence in 3rd position. Rueda and Aries now up to 5th, and a real battle between Krobler in 6th and Blackman only 5 seconds adrift. Into 8th and comfortably leading in 2 were Dean Saunders and Ashley Gericke. The heavy mitts left the organisers with no choice other than to cancel special stage 12. So on to 13, and the Castrol Toyota team pick up the pace to increase their lead over Gemmell and Trollope. But the Subaru team are determined to claim another victory and chase hard, setting the fastest time and passing a stationary Damso. Damso and Hodgson are on the move again, but now right behind him are Lawrence and Paisley. A puncture early in the stage has cost him over 5.5 minutes. Skullberger and Pete Swanepoel in the Subaru Impreza Turbo are 3rd fastest. While Krobler and Jordan clocked the 4th quickest time. JP Damso is in 5th in this stage and has pulled back into 9th overall position. We ride with JP and can see that he is struggling to keep the Team Toyota Corolla pointing the right way. Dean Saunders and Ashley Gericke are fighting for the N2 Championship and are 17 points behind leader Fissa du Plessis. But with 8th position, first in class and over 5 minutes ahead of Fissa, the championship is getting closer. Desperately trying to haul them in, Fissa and navigator Thilo van Westenhagen. It's a major problem. Thilo explains.
I think that's the end of our rally. just 100 meters back on the road, the gearbox started making shuddering noises, and we can't continue, so that's the end of our rally, and maybe also the end of our championship, as we were defending it.
As Serge Damso reaches his service crew at the end of special stage 13, we learn that he suffered a front wheel puncture and, carrying no spare, had to change front and rear wheels.
Yeah, fortunately I had to choose the longest stage to have a puncture, and the car fell off the jack twice, and it just took us a bit longer to change the bloody wheels.
The leaderboard at the end of special stage 13. Gemmell now finds himself leading the rally by 2 minutes and 48 seconds from second place Lorenz. Damso in third spot, a further 1 minute 25 back. Berger and Krobler hold on to fourth and fifth after Rueda's demise in the stage with a big off. Stage 14 and Damso strikes back, taking 53 seconds from Gemmell. But at the moment, Gemmell's comfortable with a 4 minute 15 second lead. The Sasol dual-fuel Volkswagen Polo player of Keith Coleman and Uwe Koch have pulled themselves up into 7th position. The Nissan Sentra of husband and wife team Joel and Annika Ritson lead class in 3 by the proverbial country mile. Join us for more exciting rallying, and he only manages to pull 1 second from the leader. Sensing a possible second victory, Gemmell and Trollope keep up a steady pace. The team total Corolla of Lawrence and Paisley see their lead over Damso rapidly diminishing. Hannes Krobler seems to be battling. A rear brake caliper is leaking and the service crew have been forced to close off the line. The Sentra is braking on only 3 wheels. We go on board as Hannes fights to keep the car on the road. At this same point, Saunders goes off into a tree stump, ending his class championship challenge. To add to Krobler's woes, the power steering unit had failed for the 2nd time, requiring massive steering effort to keep the car on the slippery roads. On the penultimate stage, and the Castrol Toyota team continue to charge, taking another 40 seconds from Gemmell and Trollope. But Gemmell has it under control, and with only 1 stage left, and despite a quick wrong slot, he can almost taste that champagne. Despite being 2nd quickest in the stage, Lawrence slips back behind Damso into 3rd position. Despite their brake problems, Krobler and Jordan were 5th quickest in the stage and still 5th overall. Still in 9th spot, but JP Damso and Graham Hooper would benefit when the Sasol dual-fuel Volkswagen Polo player of Coleman retires on the last stage. Skullberger and Pete Swanepoel in the Subaru give our cameraman a few anxious moments. A surprise 3rd fast on the stage was the top car BMW of Cliffy Blackman and Johan Clausen. Only 2 points separated the 2 main protagonists in the N1 Championship at the start of the event. Michael Houghton and Martinez Breers.
Class-wise, we got off to a good start yesterday. Our aim was to be ahead of Martinez going into today, which we achieved. We had a 23-second lead on Martinez. And then this morning, I don't know, he's just pulled his finger out of his arse and he's really driving hard. And he's taken quite a bit of time off us, but it's still a long way to go. Anything can happen. Every time you try and push, the car just tends to want to go off the road. So it's a matter of just keeping it together, and we'll have to try and push a little harder. But at the moment, he's giving us a good go.
Yeah, we've got a very nice dice on. It's actually, after yesterday, we were behind by, I think, about 40 seconds. We took that back in the first stage. And I think the N1 battle is really the best it's been this whole year. I'm really enjoying it.
It's very slippery. It's basically survival. You're just there to survive. See if you can get to the other side is basically what you're trying to do without falling off and getting stuck in the mud. We're fast enough to stay ahead. We don't have to push too hard, and we have to win the championship, so we can't take any chances.
Dion Schoolman and Alec Harris lead and win the media challenge in their top car Toyota Tazz. The final stage, and despite a 2-minute 33-second deficit, Damso gives his all on the fastest downhill section of the event and takes a full minute off the leader. But Gemmell and Trollope know that they only have to complete the stage and victory is theirs. Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley finish an excellent third and grab that third spot in the championship. Berger and Swanepoel pile on the points for Subaru with a fine fourth position. Confirmation of the final results. Johnny Gemmell winning his second successive event in this season. 5th, Hannes Krobler. 6th, Cliffy Blackman. 7th, Brian Krobler. And 8th, JP Damso.
Very difficult. It was very slippery in places. And yesterday we started off not bad on the first stage. We tied the fastest time. Then after that we sort of lagged behind in the mist and on the slippery roads. Then we made some adjustments to the car in the evening and it seemed to go a bit better. We were quite surprised to see him on the side of the road. You know, we all get punches and a bit of bad luck. But when we saw him, we got a bit of a spark and kept going. No, we just had to take it easy from then, the last 4 stages. And he was taking time from us, but we weren't too worried. You know, we had a 4-minute gap and we ended up by winning by 1.5 minutes, so we're happy, eh?
Let's take a look at the 2001 SA National Rally Championship results. Hubbig and Judd wrapping it up at the top of the table with 198 points. Gemmell and Trollope in their first full season of national rallying with 192. Etienne Lawrence, Robert Paisley in there with 155. And Serge Damso and Guy Hodgson in 4th with 149. The AA Championship wrapped up by Yanni Hubbig and Douglas Judd. A7 by Charles Volt and Cindy Harding. Etienne Lawrence and Robert Paisley to take A6. And Rodney Fasaki and Carolyn Swannon an unopposed A5. N1 went to Martinez Briers and Dolph Kutsia. N2 finally to Visser Duplessis and Thilo van Westenhagen. N3 to Joel and Annika Ritson. And N4 to Johnny Gemmell and Gideon Trollope. And of course on the Manufacturers' Championship, Toyota taking it by 175 points from Volkswagen and in the process setting a new record, a 4th consecutive victory and the 10th overall.
Carnival 400, laaste event van die jaar.